Here in Cincy, beautiful weather. Jets have won the toss. They are going to defer and kick as we say hello to Aditi Kinkhabwala.
Spiro, we are 19 days into Joe Flacco's tenure as a Bengal. Now, he joked he's still learning his teammates' names, but he has truly, seamlessly fit in, especially with his laid-back attitude. Now, even his head coach, Zach Taylor, has raved about how quickly he's picked up the playbook. Flacco told us he's not afraid to ask for help. That might mean asking for a play call again. It might be taking a check down or turning to his receivers to finish out a call for him. And Jamar Chase told me, of course the receivers will do extra work to learn formations. He said with Flacco in the building, there's a totally different belief that they can ride that arm to the playoffs.
Aditi, he keeps playing like this. I don't think anyone in that locker room will mind if he doesn't know their names. But just a sensational start, crazy couple of weeks. Finally felt like this was a semi-normal week for him. We heard the report from Aditi. And can he keep it going against the Jets defense, Arch? It's playing better last couple of weeks.
Well, listen, Spiro, if you throw me the ball 23 times, then I'll put in the extra work. That's easy.
3 points in that Thursday night win over the Steelers. Look at what they did the first 6 weeks of the season. Of course, the trauma of losing Joe Burrow, that devastating toe injury, week 2 of the season. Jake Browning, the 3 starts.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early with Lowe's to earn your Sunday. McDonald's. And by FanDuel. Play your game.
Quiet Sunday early afternoon downtown Cincinnati on a gorgeous day. Temperatures right around 60 degrees. And a first down as we get our first NFL Today update. Here's Adam Schein.
Spiro, Arch, Dylan Gabriel, Tyrell Fannin Jr. First touchdown for a tight end on National Tight Ends Day. To all those who observed, 7-3 Browns over the Patriots. Back to you.
Really the only defensive back here for Cincinnati playing at a high level. This time he comes up, makes a great tackle in the open field, but he's really done a great job in man-to-man coverage. That interception last week is about as good of an interception as you would possibly ever see against DK Metcalf.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Chili's 3 for Me, the best $10.99 you can eat, and by Verizon, the best 5G network. There's only one best.
Joe Flacco joining some pretty good company, notable quarterbacks over the years to start for both of these two franchises. Williams as we go downstairs to Aditi.
Spiro, we know that Mike Tomlin thought it was crazy the Browns sent Joe Flacco to the Bengals, but there's actually a lot more to this story. When Bengals GM Duke Tobin called Andrew Berry with the Browns, Berry said, whoa, let me take this to Flacco. He went to Flacco. He said, I know that you want to start in this league. I think you could do it there. And he said, if you want to do this, then I'm willing to do it for you. There's more, Spiro.
Looking in the direction of Chase.
Okay, but Spiro, Arch, there is more to this story. So Joe Flacco went to his wife, Dana, who said, of course, you have to do this. And Flacco said he didn't know if it would have happened anyway. I actually called Browns GM Andrew Berry, and he said no, he wouldn't have shipped him off to the Bengals if Joe wasn't comfortable with it. That's how much respect the Browns have for Flacco.
Yeah, and that indeed goes back to what Flacco did for that franchise. Again, that 23 season was an incredible run. 4-1 finish to the year, got them into the playoffs. Oh, just devastating news announced earlier this morning, about 90 minutes before kick by the New York Jets. Nick Mangold, their former longtime center, a guy who was really one of the centerpieces of those Jets teams, back-to-back trips to the AFC Championship game, passing away after complications to chronic kidney disease. He had just a week ago put out a message, a post on his social media channels asking for a kidney donation, and tragically Nick Mangold has lost his life. He has lost his battle, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his wife Jenny, their children, and the entire Jets organization, Arch, that you can imagine has been rocked by this news over the last couple of hours.
Incredibly sad story.
Mangold had stayed up such a close member of this Jets organization, even in retirement. He actually lived with his family just down the street from their facility in New Jersey. All of our thoughts and love and prayers go out to his wife and his young children. Hard to believe Nick Mangold is gone. And good starting field position for the Bengals, a 27-yard return, but he had some kind of career. Again, one of the centerpiece players. Just think back, really the last heyday for this Jets franchise. Rex Ryan, those great teams, and Mangold Arch was right in the thick of it. Huge locker room presence with everything he brought to the table. Pro Football Hall of Fame nominee back in September for the first time inside Jets territory. Just incredible 23 targets last week. That puts him in some elite company, but just incredible. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. 16 catches were a franchise record. As his remarkable career continues, and he, like everyone else, Arch, rejuvenated by the arrival of Flacco.
Well, and I think Zach Taylor and the offensive staff this year, they've grown in the ways they move him around this offense, getting better and better. So it's really difficult for a defense to hone in on where he's going to be.
Touchback here with Jones taking a knee in the end zone. Aditi.
Spiro, the Bengals are distributing 4,000 power packs across 20 schools this October. Bengals players, staff, and employees of Fifth Third Bank got together and held a huddle for hunger a few weeks ago to stuff these packs. Each one has more than a dozen kid-friendly and shelf-stable food items, ensuring their recipients have something to eat on the weekends.
So far in this game?
My assessment is that another nice day of work so far. Getting the ball out of his hands nice and quickly, moving the pocket. Quarterback sneak for a rushing touchdown, and then one more time, just smooth jazz to one of his wide receivers, T. Higgins.
As Chase's solid day continues, of course, Flacco no stranger to this state. With Cleveland to begin the season, not quite as successful as his 23 campaign was with the Browns, and then the shocker of a trade within the division here to the Bengals. Today making his third start with his new team for Cincinnati. Another NFL Today update. Back to New York and Adam Shine.
Spiro, Arch, let James cook. 64-yard touchdown run. He now has 146 rushing yards already today. Extra point, no good. 12-3 Buffalo. Back to you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Valspar Paint, made for more. And by Chewy. For life with pets, there's Chewy with everything.
Final 2 minutes of the half gives us a chance to remind you to keep it here. The Verizon Halftime Report comes your way next. JB, Nate, Matt Ryan, and Coach Cowher get you caught up around the league. All the latest scores and highlights, all to come on the Verizon Halftime Report. Big third, and that streak continues. So Justin Fields, again, everything he's had to contend with. No Garrett Wilson today. No Josh Reynolds. 11 of 16, 123 yards, a touchdown as he orchestrates an 11-play drive to close out that first half that leads to a field goal. And once again, the Jets will receive the football to begin the second half. Aditi standing by with Zach Taylor.
Zach, just like you promised us, these guys are not rolling over. What do you need to do to keep your foot on the gas?
This first drive in the second half with our defense out there is going to be huge. We've got to give ourselves a chance to separate in this game. So a big stop, a turnover, and let the offense go capitalize on this and try to create some separation here.
We appreciate it.
All right, Aditi, thanks. As we reach the end of the first half here in Cincinnati with the Bengals in front of the Jets, 24-13. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
I got this old thing and the bill from the store where I got it. Figured you could beat it with a better deal than one of these big boys.
That doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
I thought Verizon was pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like to squint.
Ma'am, take your TV and go.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that.
Let's check our first half highlights delivered by Prime. Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati offense picking up where they left off. The deep bomb, 44-yard touchdown strike to T. Higgins. Chase Brown has been electric. Banks his way in for another Bengals touchdown that put him up 2 scores before the Jets hit that late first half field goal right before the intermission. As we welcome you back, Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati, an 11-point Jets deficit. Jets are going to get the ball to begin the second half. Give us your first half observations. Almost 200 yards total offense for Justin Fields and the Jets.
Well, listen, I think Flacco in the Bengals offense has been almost unstoppable. They just cannot, the Jets cannot win in one-on-one situations. And listen, I think I'm impressed with the way the Jets have come out today. I'm impressed with what Justin Fields have done, especially without Garrett Wilson, without Josh Reynolds, with all the noise, everything that's gone on in the last 2 weeks, especially this last week. I really thought he's come out and the offense has played much better than expected.
Evan McPherson puts it in play. Arian Smith is going to field it inside the 5-yard line. Cuts across the field. And a nifty return. A couple of seconds ago, Aditi with Aaron Glenn.
AG, you told us all you wanted to see from Justin was to play with a little confidence.
Yes.
How do you assess what you have seen, and what more do you need now with the ball?
Well, I think he's playing with confidence. I think our offense is doing a really good job of moving the ball. I mean, obviously, we got to stop them on defense. You know, we know who their 2 guys are. We got to make sure we contain those guys. Listen, we get the ball, you know, as far as the second half. Now, if we go down and get us a score, get us a stop, man, we're good. We're right back in this game like we need to be.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Losses this week. Had his owner weighing in on the quarterback situation for the Jets at the owners' meetings in New York. This was the quote from Woody that really sent some alerts around the building and raised some eyebrows. But despite all of that, Arch, you know, here comes Justin Fields. Everyone talks about how stoic he is, how strong-willed he is as a player. And he has put it all behind him.
Yeah, it's one thing to say it, and do you actually believe it? And can he actually block it out?
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Burger King. At BK, have it your way. You rule.
Union Terminal in downtown Cincinnati in all its Art Deco grandeur.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread bites, chicken, desserts, and more. And by Progressive. Coverage you can count on. Progressive.com.
Back in Cincinnati, everyone wondering what kind of Justin Fields performance we see today with everything he's had to contend with, all the mighty struggles for him personally in this Jets offense. But by far the best he has looked since the opening day of the season when he played really well in that Week 1 loss to the Steelers. Justin Fields, 14 of 24, 161 yards, Arch, and a touchdown. A couple of frustrating ends to a couple of long drives, but they come away with points.
Yeah, red zone, that's really the difference so far in this game.
With Adam Shine.
Spiro, Arch, how about this? Tua Tagovailoa to Jalen Waddle, 43 yards. That's Tua's 3rd touchdown pass today after 3 picks last week. Sports, sporty sports, 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 sports. Back to you.
So the Jets go out, they sign Justin Fields in the offseason. Some of the second guessing, the decision to cut Aaron Rodgers with the new regime just a couple of days after Aaron Glenn took over. Look at some of what the other options were. Of course, Geno Smith has struggled. Kenny Pickett eventually the trade to Cleveland. Hindsight, Arch, always 2020.
Oh, yes. It's the best. It's the best vision, Spiro.
Sports Talk Radio on fire is always in New York. About the question marks with this team, but so far so good for Justin Fields individually.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Jeep. There's only one. Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. And by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle for real.
Sold out Paycor Stadium. And right now the Cincinnati crowd is sitting on their hands a little bit after the Jets touchdown drive. Breece Hall bangs it in, and the two-point try makes this a 7-point Cincinnati lead. Return here, going to get the Bengals the football out across the 25-yard line as we welcome you back to the booth. Arch, I know New York City is not the silver lining kind of town, but look, if you're the Jets, if you're Aaron Glenn, this is the kind of fight that they were hoping for as they came in here 0-7.
Well, listen, you look at the last two games offensively, they've been a mess. I mean, they really haven't put any good product on the field, and there's been a lot of adversity and a lot of stuff going on this week. And for them, again, not having Garrett Wilson in your passing game is having a tremendous loss. And then again, without Reynolds, and being able to come in here and Fields play well and run the ball for over 200 yards and still come back and have yourself in this position.
Football in open space. 1 week after his historic performance, the franchise record 16 catches last week against the Steelers.
Yeah, and then you know what? Go out there and give a little extra effort, run blocking, little hurdle. Let's chase him down, try to get our hands on him. All-around effort for Jamar Chase.
Defense that has been playing really well. Coming up next, you can count on an outstanding second game of our NFL on CBS doubleheader when Dak Prescott and the Cowboys ride into Denver for a duel with the Broncos, or some of you will see the Titans take on the red-hot Colts. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Fun matchup there. Denver's defense red-hot, and Dak Prescott in the MVP conversation for the Cowboys, and we will be watching.
Spiro, Arch, it's Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys taking on Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. Jim, Tony, Tracy coming up 4:25 Eastern Time. That's going to be a show. Back to you.
That Aaron Glenn, everything him and his staff have had to contend with, the questions, those sparring sessions with the New York media. This is his moment. They finally get one. Guy who's been in this position before. His previous years with Detroit, that 21 Lions team. All the losses piling up before they tasted victory. Hoping for similar fortunes with the New York Jets as they finally get a win in the 8th week of the season to get to 1-7, and just a killer loss for the Cincinnati Bengals.
It is. You can't, you know, if you're Aaron Glenn, the way you've rebounded after the last 3 weeks, and especially last week, a 39-point explosion. And if you're the Bengals, you figure you're playing the Jets, a team that hasn't won. You're coming off a big-time high that Thursday night against Pittsburgh. You score 38 points against the worst offense in the league, and you end up losing this game by 1 point. This is incredibly deflating for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Let's go downstairs. Aditi standing by with Justin Fields.
Justin, I didn't see a poker face right there.
God is good. That's all I got to say. I mean, it's simple. God is good. All the trials and tribulations we've had this whole season.
Yes, sir!
From last week to this week to just all the noise around. You know, like I said earlier in the week, I found my peace in him, so I'm going to keep it short and simple with you. God is good.
Well, you told us that was the key. It's bringing the confidence from the practice field onto this field.
Yeah.
How did you do it today?
Yeah, we did a great job. You know, I just told the guys before the game 3 things: belief, focus, and just playing free and having fun out there. So, you know, we did a great job out there. I'm proud of all the guys, proud of the defense, proud of the offense, and we fought to the end.
Finally, win number 1. How do you build off of win number 1?
We keep going. We keep going. I mean, you know, just keep building, keep getting 1% better each and every day, and keep working.
Give us one of those smiles. Just one.
Appreciate you. Good seeing you.
All right, Aditi, all the criticism that Justin Fields has taken, he was stoic all week as he has led the Jets to a really shock victory against this resurgent Bengals team on the road in Cincinnati. Jets 39, the Bengals 38. The NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars is next. Now for Arch Aditi, our producer Jason Ross, our director Mark Grant, Gene Steratore. This is Spiro Dita saying so long from Cincinnati. We'll join James Brown in New York next.